AFTV, Robbie, man. The day started so well. Tottenham lost 1-0 to Brighton. None of us saw that coming, but it did come. You know, in a season full of twists and turns, it seemed like we had another chance there, and we failed to capitalise.
I think what today proved is that, you know, they're bottle jobs and so are we. You know, honestly, today, it's the same as last week. Last week, going into the game, we knew Man United had lost. It's a chance to put a big distance between us and them, and we didn't take it, right? And then today we go in. I did not expect Tottenham to lose to Brighton, even though Brighton played us off the park last week and played well for their 3 points. I didn't expect that. But Brighton beat Tottenham. What more incentive do you need? To be fair, we were on top for the whole of the game. We were, they got that goal, which was completely against the run of play. But we couldn't break them down. And those decisions in January not to buy a striker, and the other one, probably as important, not to bring in a midfield player when we know that our squad is thin, come back to bite us today. Sambi Lokonga, I think, is going to be a great player. But you saw him in midfield today. It's safety first. He doesn't really attempt to shoot. He's always looking to... He doesn't want to... you're a young player, innit? You don't want to be that player who maybe try and do something a little extravagantic and you mess up and you give the ball away and... You know what I mean?
But you might get sent to Marseille on loan.
Yeah, well, there's that as well. And, this is shocking. And, questions are going to have to be asked now of the manager. We've been in a position of real strength after these, after the international break. 2 games in hand, way out in front, what would we, 6 points in front? Right? And we've lost 3 games in a row in games that you would expect, I looked at those games, I'm like 7 points minimum, right? I actually looked at this one. I actually looked at the Palace one. I thought that could be tricky. Southampton can be tricky sometimes. So one out of those 2 may be a point, but the other 2, 6. No points? No. And, even Man United have moved above us now. And look at that. They've been playing shocking. Luckily for us, it's 3 crap teams going for that 4th place. If it was any team that had anything about them, we'd have no chance. We still got a chance. I don't know how, but I don't know how we're going to do it because, you see as well today, there's a lack of quality in the midfield, without Partey in there. There's a lack of quality up front, Eddie Nketiah, you can't really put blame on him today because there wasn't great service into him. But is he gonna be the guy? Is Lacazette the guy to get you those goals, to get you over the line? Whereas you go and you look at United, and I've been saying this all along with Man United, they got Cristiano Ronaldo. They may be playing crap, but he scored a hat-trick today. That's the difference. Yeah.
You say we still got a chance, Rob, but does that chance just come mathematically for you, or do you see this side?
Yeah, it's a mathematical chance. If we suddenly do a madness and go and beat Chelsea, beat Man United and do something, draw against West Ham or something, and then the likelihood of the other teams messing up because they're not very good as well gives us a chance. Only because the other teams are no good, we've got a chance. But if any of those other teams had anything about them, no chance.
But Rob, that's what I want to, delve into as well. I mean, this season, Tottenham fans, United fans, they've been through the mud. You can see they're not happy with the way things are at their club. Up until now, they're still not happy even being in and around us. Whereas Arsenal fans, us, I said in my interview, there was waves of optimism this year that we tried to ride. But at the same time, the reality is, Tottenham, Man United and Arsenal at this moment in time are in a race for top 4. Tottenham are in the ascendancy, and there's only one set of fans that seem content, and that's us.
I'm not content. I always said, right, it's where I will talk about whatever at the end of the season. So I want to see where we finish up. I was happy with how we're playing, but I was always like, it's all on where we finish. It's not all on... where we are in April. It's all on where we finish, right? And if we finish outside the top 6, to me, I look on it and I say, well, we have to seriously start looking at the manager. If we finish in the top 6, I look at it and say, that's probably where I thought at the start of the season with the team, we should be finishing. But anything outside the top 6, but the problem's been this season, we've had a shout at that top 4 that could be huge for us. And you do have to, I don't want to be calling for the manager's head at this stage, because you've got to wait until the end of the season and you can still turn it around. But this is bad, and we see managers this week that have been at clubs that have been loved by the fans removed, right, because of losses in Sean Dyche. The 2 clubs you just mentioned, remember, they've changed their manager this season. Yeah. Rangnick, he's been in charge, he's going to be gone as well, right? Also, there was Nuno in charge at Tottenham. They changed their manager. So listen, if it's all, you said it in your interview, the owners, how ambitious are you? What do you want to do? What's your target? When Edu was asked that, a few months ago, what's the target for the season? He declined to ask that. I want to know what the target is. What is the target? Are we exceeding that target or are we failing on that target? To me, at the moment, the amount of losses we've had, the teams we've lost to, we're not hitting those targets. Only way we have to get at least, we've got to get back into European football, and then you still question, is this the right guy? You'd have to ask those questions, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I'm really hurt by today's loss. I was very hurt by the Brighton one, because I thought that there was a very lackluster performance. I think today they tried, so I can't look on it and say the effort weren't there, but it was just another poor performance, and you just saw the lack of, quality players we have, because basically they just put everyone behind the ball, didn't they? They put every single player behind the ball. Every time they got the ball, they went long. They never played it out short. It was just like it was like playing Stoke back in the day. That's what they did today, Southampton. They lost 6-0 last week. They said, you know what? We're not going to go down like that this week. We're going to go back to the basics. And they've ended up beating us 1-0. It's just, even a draw would have been a poor result today.
Yeah, a draw would have been a poor result in all 3 of those games. But, it is what it is. 0-9. Thank you, Rob. Yeah.
This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.